Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video I'll be discussing some brief thoughts on episode 8 of the anime series Hataraku Maou-sama, where the devil is a part-timer. This was a fun episode because we got some answers in it as far as who this, new person Kamizuki is that has moved in next door, insinuated herself very swiftly into the lives of Devil Sadao and, Hero Amelia, all of them. She's basically cooking them food and doing all this stuff. And it's funny that we begin with, this aspect of basically Hero Amelia is trying to push Chiho into, taking up this relationship that she wants to have with Sadao and basically kind of manning up and just admitting to it and trying to do what she needs to do to be with him and all this stuff. And of course, they walk in on the fact that Kamizuki is there, and this is what leads to some answers. Now, as I speculated, she is the chief interrogator from the Church of Ent Isla, and she has come over to do exactly what I thought. Basically kill Devil Sadao and figure out whether or not Amelia was working in tandem with him or whether her goal was still to kill him. And we have them finally coming to a head when, basically it seems like Amelia, Sadao, none of them have realized who she was. I mean, as a viewer, and we're already figuring out, and they haven't figured it out. So, obviously, this being domesticated, having these very human lives, is kind of throwing them off from their abilities and their senses of things that they might have more acutely, recognizing each other as demons or humans from another, parallel world or whatever, they'd probably pick up on that a lot sooner if it weren't for all this other stuff. I mean, working at McDonald's and having to be basically a co-manager of that type of job and all this other stuff, they have their minds elsewhere. So they didn't pick up on the fact that Kamizuki is Christia Bell from Ent Isla, and I just thought it was hilarious that she shows up and she's very backward in her approach to modern Japanese culture. She's obviously still existing on docudrama information and looking at the old style of Japanese clothing and everything like that. It's just very, very funny when she is revealed and when she does admit to who she is. Now, what's very interesting, though, is this is not the same person who attacked Amelia. And I have to suspect, because another chunk of this episode has to do with Kentucky Fried Chicken. Once again, I don't think Kentucky's a word or a place for that matter, but in any case, we know it's supposed to be a KFC knockoff, and we have that little short stack manager with the blue hair. I think it's interesting that the person who attacked Amelia in the previous episode was wearing a mask, so we couldn't see what color his hair or her hair was, and I immediately assumed it was going to end up being Kamizuki who had attacked her. But in fact, it could be this dude with the blue hair and the sunglasses. We can't see the color of his eyes, and that was something they emphasized when this person was wearing a mask and attacked Amelia. And so that leads me to suspect, because he has immediately gone and basically tried to create a conflict with Sadao. He knows exactly who Sadao is, and he does it under the cover of, oh, I'm just a manager from across the street. And so it seems like the battles that are going to be waged aren't all going to be magical powers and physical prowess and all this kind of stuff. It's actually going to be very human, mundane ridiculousness as well. And that's what I love about this series. And then you had Chiho basically opening her heart up to Sadao in a way that leaves him kind of stunted, and then they're interrupted by Kamizuki. But it's just a very fun series, and I'm not quite sure how this is all going to end up. I have a feeling nobody's really going to have gotten anywhere by the end of it. They're just going to all stay put and keep living these kinds of lives. And I don't know if there's going to be closure exactly, but it's a very intriguing, very fun series. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of this episode if you've seen it. And otherwise, that'll be it for me on this, so I'll catch you later. Peace.